Well, good morning again, Daniel Valdez again. It's a pleasure and honor to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. This may be one of the most anticipated episodes of the season, just based on customer feedback. Uh, West Houston Regional, we're gonna put it to bed. We'll put a cherry on it, and we'll talk about results, and we'll just talk. We got a lot of stuff to cover. I'm not gonna take up too much of your time. Still on the road, still doing business stuff. That's the way it is. But we'll take some time and we'll talk about the West Houston Regional, which was fantastic, by the way. It was such an awesome experience to be there in the stands and hang out with you all. Thank you all so much for the support and love for the Texas Bands Live blog and all that fun stuff. Excellent stuff. Thanks to Box 5 TV for hosting us there. It was an excellent experience all around. Great contest, awesome performances, good venue, great times had by all. Cool, cool. So let's go over the results and let's talk about this real quick. First of all, we got to congratulate the winner of this contest and new Bands of America West Houston Regional Champion, their first regional championship with an 86.10 from Round Rock, Texas, Cedar Ridge High School. Cedar freaking Ridge. The hashtag is catching on fire, and there's a reason for that. They're very, very good this year. So let's go over the results and let's talk about some stuff. Oak Ridge, 77.05. By the way, Oak Ridge, your mellows, you should buy some ice cream. Buy those people some ice cream. They're really good. Cypress Woods, 78.05. That is a very, very neat and little, dare I say, cheeky show. Very neat with the four Scottish dances and bringing a new little twist to that very famous wind ensemble piece. 78.85 goes to Lake Travis. That is such a pretty show. It is so pretty. Y'all play so well, even at low volumes. It was really impressive. 79.175, a first time regional finalist. Congratulations to Foster High School. People are like, wait, what? It's like, no, they deserve to be there. They do tons of multiple responsibility stuff, lots of playing while doing body visuals. That is very difficult to do. It's something that is very underrated. It's something that people, I don't want to say ignore, but it's something that people don't really take into account when you're watching in the stands, and you need to, because that is the thing. That's what we're looking for visual stuff and for general effect stuff. So congratulations to Foster, first time regional finalist with a 79.175. Friendswood 79.75. Excellent characterization all throughout the show, and I love the music. I love the repertoire. Y'all are doing fantastic. Seven Lakes 79.925. Don't let those yellow tops and the bright colored plumes fool you. This is a dark, dark show, and they pull it off very, very well. Love the set pieces when we're spelling out "Hear no evil, see no evil," all that great stuff. Great job by Seven Lakes this year. Stephen F. Austin, 81.20. It's a bit of a jump there, but Stephen F. Austin, 81.20. Lovely USO show. Way to sell Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. And by the way, Amber Waves is one of the best ballads. It's just a great piece to put on the field, and it's very poignant, and it was so lovely to hear that during finals. So congratulations, Stephen F. Austin. Pearland with an 82 flat, 82.00. They came out with a little uniform change. It was really neat to see them come out of the field. They had blue sleeves, blue plumes, and blue spats on there. It totally changes the show. It mixes very well with the color guard. Excellent stuff from Pearland. Great performance that night. 83.55 Cy-Fair. Cy-Fair, second place last week at the North Houston Regional, fourth place at the West Houston Regional. They are having a fantastic season. Love the green. You kind of want to call it the green screen show. Uniforms are used very well. You all play fantastic. Drumline's good. Color guard's good. Just overall great show. And if you haven't seen it yet, you need to. It's really cool. Third place was Ronald Reagan, 85.50. I mean, that was a complete show. No, I mean literally, like they did win from start to finish. Everything was on the field. The visual ensemble adds so much. VE adds so much to the overall product. The neat little tricks that they do visually is really, 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 really cool. I hope you're able to catch all that stuff. And of course, they play fantastically as well. So great stuff from Ronald Reagan as always. Second place was Claudia Taylor Johnson, 85.80. Claudia Taylor. Yeah, they're still running around the field. They're still playing hard music. Very, very challenging program. Love the polls on the pre-show. Adds so much stuff. It's a really neat show. The singers in the ballad are fantastic. A lot of build up in the ballad, and just classic Classic Claudia. How can you what else can you say? They did fantastic, and they really stepped it up during finals. You could feel that. That was palpable. You can really sense that in the stadium that night. And then our regional champion, 86.10, Cedar Ridge High School. I'll say it again, Cedar freaking Ridge. Talk about a total package. And we talked about this. We talked about this on the Nerd. We talked about, okay, what do? You have a complete product, or you have a not complete product, but it's clean and it's performed very well. And then we see the results here, and we can see what the judges were looking at. Clean wins are brass and woodwinds sound excellent. Color guard very well integrated into the show. Great effect, awesome stuff. Y'all were killing it in finals. Great, great, great stuff in there. And then the percussion. I mean, what can you say about their percussion? They're one of the best, arguably the best in the state. They are. They just are. Not just the battery, but we're talking about the front ensemble too. And this is a complete team here. It's a team effort. They don't have very many weaknesses this year, and they're excellent. And by the way, I got to see their encore performance. They only performed um, second part, third part, and fourth part as part of their encore performances. They actually had to. They actually took a vote on the field to see if they wanted how much they wanted to do. The performance level. I was down there, down there with the parents, with the road crew, watching everything, listening to everything. The performance level on the field is something we don't really talk about very often because most of us, when we're watching the shows, we're sitting in the stands or we're getting a different perspective. But when you're field level and you're hearing what the individual music judge and when you're seeing what the visual ensemble judge sees or the visual individual judge sees, when those individuals, it's a completely different perspective. And when I'm looking at Cedar Ridge, especially their drum break, especially watching the guard work, especially watching the characterization, especially watching the percussion do their thing, it's a completely, you totally get it. You totally understand what they're going after. You totally understand that they're committed to the idea, and you totally understand that they love performing the show. And that is something to be valued. It really is. Can you create a product? And of course, these conversations happen well before the first contest. Can you create a product that the students actually like performing? And if they do, guess what? Your ceiling can be very, very, very high. So, congratulations to the design team for putting together a great show, and congratulations to the students for performing this program all out. Cedar Ridge, congratulations. Claudia Taylor Johnson, congratulations. Guess what? Those two programs, they upped their game for finals. They really, really, really did. That was something. It's not quantifiable. You can't necessarily measure it with like math and numbers and stuff, but you felt it. You really felt it. And those performances are very, very, very special, not just for the crowd, but for the students as well. Those are things that are intangible. Those are the intangibles. We talk about, we hear it in sports all the time. You hear it on Sundays. Oh, he's got the intangibles, and nobody ever knows what those announcers mean. Those two programs have intangibles. They have those things where it's like when the lights are on and it's time to go, are you confident enough in your product to go out there and be able to perform as an artist? As an artist. That's the thing. We're getting away from notes on a page. Yes, those are important, obviously, but we're getting to an emotional, a human element to this activity. And if you can tap into that, again, your ceiling is very, very, very high. So congratulations to those programs. Now, we've had a couple of I've had a couple of questions about uh, placements and stuff like that, and numbers and scores and that sort of stuff, which happens. It happens after a very big contest like this. Um, I will say that the programs, everybody here deserved to be in finals. There wasn't anything here that you went, interesting. Like you saw stuff in finals and you're like, okay, this makes sense, and here's why it makes sense. Pretty much all of these programs here had shows or had shows that communicated upstairs. Now, what does that mean? When I say communicated upstairs, that means what they are playing is physically traveling to where the judges are. Remember, we got the Legacy Stadium, you got a first, row, you got a first deck, you have an upper deck, and then above that, you have your judges. 60% of your judges sit upstairs. They're up there. Your general effect judges are up there, your music ensemble judge is up there, your uh, visual ensemble judge is up there. Most of your points come from upstairs. So whatever you're doing, whether it's visually and musically, and by the way, visually, I'm not talking about set pieces. I'm not talking about props. I'm not talking about blinking lights. I'm not talking about any of that stuff, okay? What I'm talking about is, are your forms readable? Do they make sense with what is going on in the music? That's what we're talking about here. When we're looking at programs like Foster and Stephen F. Foster's, like, how do they get so high? How do they get in the finals? Because they commute everything that they did communicated upstairs. Go look at their scores and prelims. Their ensemble scores are very high. Their general effect, the visual general effect scores are very high. And like I said, I don't usually like talking about numbers very much, but if we have to get into that to have people get a little bit more of an understanding of why programs make finals and why programs don't, why programs get top six and why some programs don't. Remember, everything's got to communicate up top. Can I read your forms? Can I where your horns pointed? Where are they pointed? If they're just hitting that first row, guess what? The judges of the upper deck, they're like, hey, I need to be able to hear that stuff. I need to be able to hear that stuff so I can tell whether you are interpreting the music correctly. Do you sound as good as you do at low volumes as you do at louder volumes? Visually, again, what's being communicated upstairs? Can I read your forms? Is there side to side spacing? Is it correct? Is it even? Those are all things that have to be answered. Those are all questions that have to be answered. Judges stuff Judges life is very tough because they gotta go through a lot of programs and evaluate them properly. They do. But if we're looking for answers here about, why certain programs made it into West Houston regional finals and why not, everything communicates upstairs. Whatever you're doing, your sound's got to reach the second deck. However you do it, you do it. But if your visual ideas, if your music ideas aren't reaching where the judges are, it's very difficult to evaluate that accurately. It's a very difficult job, to say the least. Um, but congratulations to everybody who performed with West Houston Regional. This was a very enjoyable contest through and through. Finals was awesome. That stadium looks fantastic under the lights. Some of these shows really pop under the lights. They do. The sunlight kind of messes with things, kind of messes with effects. Um, but at night, some of these shows are very, very neat to watch at when the sun goes down. So congratulations to everybody who performed there. Congratulations. I hope you all are safe. Hope you all are well. Hope you all got some rest. I sure did. But congratulations to everybody that was there. Congratulations again to Cedar Ridge. Fantastic job. They're not done yet. they got. I'm sure there are more. There are more accomplishments to be had for the rest of the season for them. And congratulations to everybody that was performing at the in finals that night. I'm done here. I got to get to work. We got plenty more stuff. I gotta do Midland Nerd In. I gotta do Midland Nerd In. I gotta do the Bedford Nerd In, and I'm doing something special for the Texas Marching Classic. Promised them I'd do it, but we'll go over the Texas Marching Classic stuff. So look at the Nerd In treatment, and we'll go over schedules and stuff like that. So wait for those things to come out later this week. I don't know what day they're coming out. It's whenever I have time, but I'll make sure they get out this week, and we can talk about all three of those contests. It's a busy week for me. I hope it's not for you. That's my job. Thank you all so much for listening. I really appreciate it. Take care. Adios. Bye bye.